Hi guys, Shugo here. And one of the things that I wanted to have when I started writing Linux was the name of all the cool applications everybody was using. So today, here's a list for you so you can install and make your screenshots look very pretty. First of all, let me showcase these three ones that are on the screen right now. First of all, we have the most famous of them that you've probably seen before. That is FastFetch. It's the successor of NeoFetch. That was the one that people used before, but NeoFetch now is not currently being developed anymore. And with FastFetch, you can just showcase your system, your specs, your distro, so everyone can see that you use Arch or Debian or Mint. You can write it so it shows less or more things on the screen. You can even change the logo depending on the system you're on. So I could lie and just, say that I'm on another system, but the US here still sells, but you can change this. So yeah, it's just for you, so it can be pretty. It doesn't mean your system is literally what is shown, but it's just showcase. And people don't usually lie, I think. Why would you lie that you're using another system? Your distro doesn't make you better or worse than anybody else. Just showcase what you have, and that's cool. So that's our first app. So the second one is not only for writing, because it's the one that I use for being my task manager here on Linux. That is what it actually is. That is Btop. So Btop is your task manager from Windows. It's the same thing. So here we have the showcase of my CPU, the cores that are being used. Let me take myself out of the way. It shows how much energy you're using, your GPU. Here we have disk info, memory info. So here we have the programs itself. So we can sort by CPU usage but lazy, so it doesn't change as often because sometimes it's hard to track this here. Threads being used by user, by memory. And when you're doing this, you can do just like in any other manager. You can select one, and here you have some options. So we can kill, terminate. So it's basically the same thing as in Windows. I'm not going to do anything right now because I don't want to screw my recording, but this is Btop, and in my opinion is one of the ones that look best on Rising. So here shows everything. It's pretty. So the other one that was in my screen was TTY-Clock. So it's the clock. Most of these apps, if you do /h with them, will show you options that you can use to alter how it's going to be shown on your terminal. Wow, I just blinded myself. So for example, if I did with a /s, I would have the second showcasing as well. And here I can resize it and make it be smaller. And then if I change the font size of the terminal, I can just make it smaller, leave it in a corner, boom, rising. Going for our next writing program on the CLI is the oldest one, that is cowsay. Cowsay is like a 1999 program, and you can have a little cow on your terminal. Oh my god, I'm blinding myself. You can have a little cow on your terminal talking to you, and like the other programs, if you do /h, it shows you some options that you can alter for how it works. If I do one with a /t, I'm gonna close the cow's eyes, so now it has his eyes closed. With B is gonna be the cyborg one. So you have a bunch of cows that you can test later. I think it's a very cool program to leave it in the corner. And you can also set it up for when each time you open your terminal, you can use another program called Fortune, because Fortune, it gives you like a fortune cookie. So you can have a fortune, and you can pipe this to a cowsay. So pipe is this little operator right here. It takes the output of one of the commands that we run here and uses as input to the other one. So basically we're gonna have our cow saying a little fortune for us, which is very cool. The other one that you see a lot is cmatrix. And cmatrix is basically the matrix on your screen. So it's very cool. It also has a bunch of tags that you can use to customize your cmatrix. So if I want a rainbow, I can do a -r, and now it's a rainbow or matrix. This one I like it as a screensaver. You can just leave it at your computer, and when you come back you stop it and start using normally. But also seen people that leave it in the corner during the screenshots, and I think it's good for populate some space on your screen. And on topic of screensavers, we also have asciiquarium. That is an aquarium on your terminal, which is really cool. This one is also old, and it still holds up very well. When you run the mouse scroll wheel, you can speed up the animation that are happening on the screen, which is very cool. This one doesn't have any customizations, but it's very cool as a screensaver, and I've seen some people leave it in a corner doing the right screenshots. Another one that is based on an old Windows screensaver is pipes.sh, and it's basically pipes on your screen, which personally I don't like this one very much. I feel like it's kind of empty, it doesn't show a lot. So if you do a /h, it shows you a few options of customizations. So if you want to go like very overboard, if you feel like it's empty, like I say, you can do a /p20 and you'll have a bunch of pipes on your screen. We can also change like the characters that it uses, and it has a few presets about it. So if I do /t1, it uses the preset that has rounded corners. Another one that fits the leave it in the corner terminal program is cbonsai. Oops, I forgot an N. So in cbonsai, you generate a bonsai on your screen, and each time you generate it, it creates a random tree. And like the other ones, if you do /h, it will give you some tags that you can use with the command. So for example, if you do /li, we'll have an infinitely growing live tree on your R screen. It won't stop. So you can mess around and find the best configuration that you like. I personally like a lot the live mode because you can see the tree growing. If you don't do this, it's gonna be instant. So you're not gonna see anything. It's just, this is good if you want to, you know, and you can go and check which ones fit better. And last but not least, we have cava. For cava, we need background noise playing, so here's some copyright-free music, just so you can see popping around. You usually see people leaving this one in the corner while they jam to their songs. So, and just like most of the ones that I showed, if you do /h, it will show you some customizations that you can do. So yeah, sorry if I'm not as upbeat as in the other videos. I'm kind of feeling under the weather. So yeah, I think I'm sick or something. But I hope you learned something. I hope you saw something new here today, and I hope you can do your cool rices and screenshot them and show to people around you, so they're like, oh my god, what are you using? This is Linux. You should use Linux as well. So yeah, some people might think this is useless. Some people might only go defaults, and why would I want apps that are made just for looking cool and pretty on my screen? So all power to you. Why would you stay until here? So that doesn't make any sense. Probably you'll see some comments of people commenting this that did not stay until this time in the video. So yeah, if you see that comment, you know he's not a true one. He didn't watch the whole video. But yeah, make your rices, screenshot them, post them, be happy with your computer, and I hope I can see your rices one day on r/Unexplorer or somewhere, or post on the community here on YouTube. I just found that out. Yeah, I'm just figuring everything out in here, and yeah, it's been a cool journey, and when I started, I didn't know anything about these apps. It was very hard to find them for some reason. I didn't find a collection anywhere. So I hope this is your little collection for a jump start. So yeah, have your fun. Have fun. I also made an Instagram, guys. Follow me on my Instagram. I'm out.